my chat. Boy, what a day. Day started off seeming like it was going to be fantastic. It wasn't so fantastic. Got anybody in the room yet? Says I got 2 people in the room. Unless I'm just one of them. Let me switch a camera, you'll be able to see something. Who do I got in the room? Who's here? Who goes there? Oh, it's my... Oh, it looks like this mouse I'm using is not working. Can't see it on that screen. Can't see it on this screen. Gonna have to fix this mouse. Give me a sec, guys. Oops. Come on, stupid mouse. Work. I need you here. This mouse is not working right now. How many people I got waiting? 5 people waiting. I see you guys. Thank you for the thumbs up. Hey, Margaret, I'm trying to fix this mouse so I can change screens, but it's just not wanting to work with me right now. Now that wants to work. All right, that'll work then. My USB extender for this mouse, because I'm not using a wireless mouse, which, yes, at this point I should totally buy a wireless mouse for this, not using a corded mouse. Oh, dang it, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. I'll have you guys switch to where you're supposed to be. Oh, that is actually what I wanted, now I think about it. David is having difficulties. Here we go, David, whatever. Let me see. There we go. This was what I just had going on right here was like a carryover from the issues I was just having with my great aunt's TV and Roku remote. she had to get a new Roku remote because her old Roku remote stopped working, and the universal remote. And I just had a bunch of fiascos going on with that right there, I tell you what. So this is so it'll be on my face, I guess. And then when I want to put it on the stone, I'll move it over here. So I got this beautiful stone right here I'm working on. And it was in the thumbnail, although I started the one live stream and forgot that I didn't upload the picture for the thumbnail. So I took care of that now. And I'm almost ready to work. I need to put my stuff on. I've got water up here and make sure that my other camera is right in the position it's supposed to be. And also, I should wipe off this backdrop because apparently I forgot to wipe that off when I stopped yesterday. Get this dirt and mud that I sprayed on it while doing the hardcore cutting. So more than a couple of you purchased the sales I put up today. I appreciate that. You're going to appreciate that. That's for sure. Those stupid things, stay where I want you to. Stay where I want you to. It's not staying where I want it to. There we go. That's a little bit better. Those 6 listings I put up were meant to be like, holy wow, like they were totally meant to blow you away. And when you get them and you cut them, you'll totally be blown away then. I mean, in general, people paid between $10 a piece and $8 a piece, and all of the pieces are worth more than that, even if I just would have windowed them properly. But I didn't want to do that. I needed to get the money in, and you guys helped me get the money in, so I really appreciate that, especially since I usually use a couple of minutes before and a couple of minutes after to talk about personal stuff and sort of bond with you guys a little bit. And I got laid off today. Big surprise. My boss sort of knew it was coming. I worked like 3 days and then got laid off. Maybe it was 4. I worked a couple of days. Yeah, it's 3 days. I'm positive I worked 3 days. And I got rave reviews from him, and I got along with everybody I was working there with, but I immediately got laid off because the head corporate office closed down a whole bunch of stores around the country, and then they told all of the other store managers, to stop training anybody they were training. And guess who was in training? And I had a lot of training planned, actually, because I wasn't just training for the cook position. I was also training for the server's position. I was basically training to learn everything I possibly could. And I let it be known that as long as I was there, I wanted management. And specifically, that was because they have full coverage healthcare. And my kids could really use that. My wife is not providing it for my kids right now. And I've never been able to provide that for my kids. So when I saw the benefits plan they had, I definitely saw that as like a huge boon for years since we've been able to do that, because healthcare in this country has gone bonkers, bananas, insanely expensive. It's freaking crazy, man. I tell you what. So we got 4 people in the room. Hi, 4 people. Gonna get carving here in just a second. And I have a lapidary system that I purchased a while ago that I need to rebuild. I need to get a 325 hard metal wheel and maybe a 600 hard metal wheel. Well, I hope I'm eligible for government checks. Landon is getting a lot of buffering, huh? Is it you or is it me? I can go check my computer and make sure that I have the Wi-Fi cable plugged in. I mean, it should be, because one of the cameras is plugged into that thing. So if both cameras are picking up, then yeah, both cameras are picking up. As long as both cameras are picking up, then my computer. Yes, I am buffering a lot, says Anna. Yeah, me too, says Margaret. Well, I'll go. Well, everything's plugged in real tight, so hopefully you guys will stop buffering soon, and it'll be picking up everything just fine soon, I hope. I probably have my stream set up to where it would be fast. That might be part of the problem. I don't remember the last time that I went and checked in quickness. I mean, it says my CPU It's only running at 15%, and my GPU is only running at 22%. Although I have been hearing from gamers that they've been having problems with their setups recently also, so wouldn't be too surprising. Everybody who ordered their private stock fire agate, it'll be in the mail first thing tomorrow, especially since I don't have to be at work or get up for work at 5 a.m. I don't mind sleeping in. It's a little bit upsetting not to be going. All of that sort of stuff. Hello, Dee and Anna and Margaret and Landon and whoever else is in the room but hasn't said hi. How you doing? Now I got that muffled sound going on. I always test my mask like that because when it's not quite tight, I can feel the air coming out right around here. Right around these nose pieces. Which these things are selling for ridiculous amounts of money right now, I tell you what. I'm Cat 6 cable to the router. I'm not using anything wireless. Nice. Yeah, Margaret, it saved you some time. Or I saved you some money, I mean, not time. And hey, multi-use item, right? With the Shine products, or I should at least finish the video tomorrow. If I don't finish the video of that and have it ready to go tomorrow, then I will make a video of, oh, where's my handpiece? Floating inside my bucket of wastewater I haven't dumped outside yet. This thing has become my total thumb saver, though, I tell you what, man. Absolutely awesome. Here's a little tip I probably haven't said in a while. I like it. So the bag is like 11 bucks, and then it comes with 2 of these, and they have these pieces pull out. In. Landon Comrout said I used black pipe insulation. Well, I don't know what the pipe insulation is actually made out of. It might be made out of the exact same stuff as this pool noodle is made out of. But I know that pool noodles are supposed to be safe for your kids to play with. Whereas pipe insulation has no such, requirement to be. That notch right there bothers the hell out of me. It sure does. Go ahead and switch my camera. Uh-oh, my camera's locked up. Give me 1 second, folks, because I can see on my camera, and yet it's not showing anything on the screen. All right, that should be all fixed now. Couple little areas, I got some screwy stuff going on, like that notch right there. See that notch? drive me insane. Goes down into the color. I might end up grinding it down to the color that's on the bottom. It might not end up being that bad. We shall see. It's hell of upsetting to me, though, that's for sure. But I'm going to work some of this other area first. Focus. I'm going to work some of this other area first, like this bubble that's coming out. I'm going to work that. Switch that out of the hole, the plug-in it is in my computer. That might be what's making it freeze up. But when I've ground these bubbles and tried to go for colors that were below the color that it was showing on top, I've actually lost the color and had it turn into a dead spot. So I'm just going to take whatever nice color is there. I'm going to start with my really, really small, I don't know what this tip was called, but it's a super tiny tip. And it's about the only thing that really gets into the fine grooves where I can work it the way I want to. Oh, gotta move this back just a hair. All right, that's a pretty good picture. I don't have that around right now. I'd actually have to buy something for it, but I do have some WD-40 downstairs. It'd be nice if I had the cord of my hand tool going up above and on the outside, maybe I don't. It's actually below. I have it hanging on a table right behind me. And sometimes it ends up being heavy because of that reason. There we go. I was laid off because of coronavirus. Planned on having me there for those amount of hours, but I only worked 3 days and then got laid off until further notice because the whole company is not allowing any training to be happening. Bronze, and it's not easy. It's not wanting to work with me. I tell you what, it's putting a lot of stress on my fingers trying to dig in there. Figured I'd start on the one thing I knew was probably going to be frustrating for me so that I'd mess it up way less than if I was like tired from doing stuff. I always tell my kids, start with the hard job. Start with a hard job and then everything else seems easy. Got the majority of it. There's a little piece of white down there, but not a lot. Although me craning my neck is not making me feeling very good. Like stretching my neck instead of bending, turning this down. Oh, I forgot a towel. There it is. Still see little bits of it, but I'm definitely getting at it. Don't really want to notch up the agate too much, but I do want to. Looks like I already went through the green there too. I did. Definitely did already go through the green. Maybe I'm just going to stop messing. The nub is not exposing. I hate these damn nubs. And now I'm going to go to a bigger 600 and work on some other spots because something else. So I'm going to not worry about it for a minute. Move on to something I'm not going to stress about. Yeah, you might be delayed, Ryan. That is absolutely true. You might end up getting delayed. Well, the major plus side to being delayed, in my mind, for you, would be that you probably have no chance of catching it as long as you're in that desert. Ooh, that's a blue. You have to start guessing pretty much. The more you carve, the better you get. And sometimes you get color bars that are really thick, and sometimes you got color bars that are not thick at all. Like over here on this stone, this back area, if you look, you can see there's like that little dead circle right there where it's like you can see like a circle of green. Let me see if I can get it to show to you guys properly. Anyways, you see that orange spot with sort of green ring around it? That was a green and yellow, and yet now it's like a little bit orange. The out rather thick. This blue color bar with the green layers of it, it seems to be like a few color bars, and it might be rather thick. Yet, as I'm going through it right there, and you can see it starting to expose. But since I know there's really great color, 1200, and I'm going to hit that some with that. So it's really learning, it's really learning to spot that was that nub, but it never really showed that amazing color I was looking for. It's possible if I keep going at that nub, it's just going to end up a dead spot. It's also possible if I keep going at that nub, it's going to end up with color like this underneath them. So we'll see. Hey, catfish! Fire agate is very much like opal. Speaking of somebody saying it looks like black, fire agate is very much like opal in that the color bars just sometimes are thick, sometimes they're not thick. Sometimes you have a bunch of really great color bars stacked on top of each other. Sometimes you have a great color bar, bronze, a great color bar, bronze, 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 great color bar, great color bar, great color bar. Like it's just, and it can be from all of the locales can be like that have really great color that come out of them. You can get Deer Creek that's like that and Slaughter Mountain that's like that. But Deer Creek and Slaughter Mountain both are world renowned for having a thick color bar somewhere in a stone that has great color. But getting that to where it's like that, I have no problem leaving that like that and then coming back with my Deshine disc that I think is like a 12 and polishing it from there. Now over here on this edge, it's not near as bright. It's got those colors in it, but it's not near as bright. And this is where I've got that mark I made in it. But as you can tell, shows up this great color that's over here. But right now, at this moment, I'm going to keep working my little nub right here that's ended up being not much right now. It doesn't have much color in it. It's not in the center of the stone. So if I lose all the color in that little nub, in that little circle, it's not as bad as it could be if it was a nub in the center of the stone. You see rings in that nub like the rings of a tree. I was checking out Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. I'm thinking about going with Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. It seems like it's very similar to Patreon, but without all the political bullshit being thrown inside of it. Not like there's not political bullshit in mining, because I've found all kinds of amazing stories about tons of political bullshit in mining, but I'd really like to save that for my... political games played by miners that became extremely wealthy. Like, there's a few stories like that. And instead of me telling it and regurgitating stuff I just read that day, I'd rather get a historian that's out of the towns I'd be talking about and get them on my podcast. Because I know there are people like that. You know, a lot of people like that give tours out of those towns and stuff like that. And I'm sure they'd like to get the chance to talk about the stuff freely instead of just when they're walking with a group. Well, my nub has turned into just a black ring, that's for sure. I can't even tell how high it's raised anymore. You have somebody to say, somebody that I should interview for the channel I want to start, the podcast I want to start? Is that what you mean by somebody you want to say? I mean, you have permission to say whoever, whatever you want. If it's somebody we talked about earlier, I already plan on having him on the podcast. I just haven't contacted him yet. The first person I contacted Never gave a response and never dropped me an email. The person we talked about previously, I just haven't contacted him yet. And I'm absolutely positive he's going to say yes. My idea helped his channel blow up, so I'm positive he's going to say yes. Die shine discs and Nova points now, because with that nub, it just eats into it. Baden Pierce, huh? I'm never going to find that inside of this, and I don't have a pen to write it down. So, Ryan, could you send me a message on either Etsy or to my email address? And I will definitely look that up, because I'm probably going to end up doing a few Skype interviews for some of these episodes I want to produce. But that's a really good idea. I was already looking at Skype accounts to have in Australia, but that's apparently for local calls only, not just for video calls. Apparently, just video calls are free. Do you know the guy at all? Because if you know the guy at all, putting in a good word is helpful also. But yeah, that's definitely somebody I'd be interested in talking to. When you get down to the 600, do the work on its own. Because it's that pressure that really helps leave the tool marks with the 600. If you're really letting the tool do its work and you're doing the circles, you really get a better... Oh yeah, that purple's starting to come out now. I'm scared to go too deep on this edge right here because of the loss of color inside of that knob. It didn't go to a purple like the rest of it is, and that green sort of drips all over that edge over the side of it, and then it has that iron line right there. So I'm almost thinking on that high side, I just want to keep that green.
Funny, because green is mine and my son's favorite color, but purple was a family color. Like that was the color that everybody loved inside the family. Over here, but then what you're seeing is like a really apple green. It's even darker green to me. Like so if I like know there's one color right underneath in the area, then I'll like get close to the next area but not finish it, knowing that the 1200 will take it out. That purple right there, it seems sort of light. Like I can't tell if it's going away or just getting away. You can just grind on them and grind on them and grind on them, and then they disappear. And sometimes you'll get the best color, and you'll be like, "Oh, I'm almost. Oh shit, it's gone. Oh no!" Red was gonna go away that quick, but man, it sure did. Not sure if there's a little bit of purple under some of them, but like that little dot came in purple in the center of the green. More of that. But not lose what I got going on. And that green, I'm and now I'm working just outside that. And I see some color that I want. Nope, I'm below that. I'm absolutely below that color bar that's right there. I can see it. I'm not really. Sometimes that color just goes straight down and doesn't really crest over. This level, it gets me going all being all crazy about stuff and going over it in certain angles and trying to make sure I don't losing it I don't like and brighten up the color I do like. That big body section, it's starting. Oh boy. Getting there. Kind of. Oh, my nose got a little bit of color on the backside, and it ends right there. I'm probably still going to end up leaving that notch there because the color really doesn't leave. I'm probably going to leave my little imperfection in there if it becomes a whole stone. We'll see as I get closer. That's definitely blue underneath that green right there, though. Boy, it's like a bug body. It's got that great green all the way across. No direction to it. Like that purple is directional. And I'm not sure I can do much about that except for grind down to other layers and hope there's more there. But I mean, it's still so flashy that once it gets polished, that purple's going to look amazing regardless. But that's that top grade, baby. So is this one. This area is going to be that top grade too. Hesitant with color that good, even at only angles to do anything about it. Still the buffering is bad, huh? Bye, Ryan. Sorry the buffering's so bad, man. Buffering for everybody. All right, set to 30 frames a second, resolution 1080p. classic mode, not split mode. I'm looking at some of the settings to see if there's anything I can do. Use hardware acceleration. Use hardware acceleration. Okay, I'm clicking those. Landon, AT&T Internet has Corona. Margaret thinks it's you. I think I went through the green down there in that little spot. And through the green to a bronze. Maybe that bronze will come out to a purple. I doubt it. It's so deep in that hole. Not really worried about it because it's so deep down there. Yeah, it definitely went through the green. I'm going to use my little tool and dig around in that spot down there. That went past the green. It went to a bronze, but it went to a bronze before it went to blue over. I love the greens. But if it's as bright as that blue is, because I'm a firm believer that blood red and blue are the two. The blood red and that blue are the two rarest common. Love it. I love it. Makes me think of that cheesy country song. Can't rise above it. Na 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 na, cause I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. That song. Words I have right there. And with this, I'm about to start on this. I'm convinced because of working this back tail, grinding through the bottom, and bringing out that yellow right there. You guys see the yellow on top of the orange, which looks like it has a little green underneath, but the green is really. My kid's computer's having problems. He's not playing Fortnite with me. I found some other teenagers I've been playing Fortnite with. All of my Fortnite friends are 14-year-olds. Oh my God, they had the meanest joke ever. You guys want to hear a joke's really going to piss you off? It's a mean-ass joke, but at the same time, it's so mean, it's sort of funny. I can't help it. It was funny. I laughed. I was like, oh my God. Is it still buffering on you guys? I can sort of tell from the chat. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it right now. There's 7 people in the room. I appreciate you 7 people for being here. Get this thing down to pre-polish tonight. Do a video polishing it up tomorrow. Well, I hope it's not my hardware, that's for sure, Margaret. Usually by now I have at least 15 of you guys in here. And on the good days I've had 30 and plus. Not a lot of plus 30, but been 30. Boy, that green is so thin underneath this orange. It just, even the 600 looks like it's just going right through it. Even if I just bring out all the color going from here to there, it's like a rainbow trail. The only color it's missing. It's still a fire agate coloration. It's not like, you know, going to agate brown. Give it a dry real quick and see what it looks like. I'm not on screen. Sorry about that. I moved my water. I'll get out of the way for a second. Tomorrow and check out the settings and see if, look up some stuff and see if there's anything I can do about it since I have tomorrow off. Not that I want tomorrow off. I don't want tomorrow off, to tell you the truth. Not like I'm going to take it off, though. I don't consider cutting the stones worth. If I was making at least like $2,000 or $3,000 a month minimum, then they would consider. Well, you 7 that are sticking with me, you're soldiers. If the buffering's that horrible, y'all are definitely soldiers. I mean, I feel like it can't be my computer, like Margaret and Goody said, because my CPU says it's only running at 20%, and my GPU says it's running at 28%. I'm happy with. Starting to get warm out here. Well, I think I'm going to switch to a different berth. Thank you, sir. Now this is a 320 are giant pain and they suck when you got them on a gemstone. I'd rather have the orange or the yellow than the white lines. Is there an app that takes regular video and turns it into time lapse? That'd be really useful for me. Besides fast forwarding it, it's not really the same. Whoa, still got a triangle of it right there. Thank you, Rooster. I don't want to go up that, but looking at this hole down here, I lost that green to the bronze. Good time to see if it goes from bronze to blue. I really don't think it does. I think it loses the blue right over here. I think there's some blue underneath that green. Ah, cramp in my thumb. One thing about holding these stones in your fingers, that tends to happen sometimes. You get cramps in that muscle right there. And I tend to have a death grip on things sometimes too. And no, it does not look like there's any blue underneath that bronze. Green to bronze to nothing, it looks like. Yeah, I'm going to stop messing with that like that. Shape this area up a little bit better. Oh, I might just end up taking a 80 and just put it. Yeah, I see the peak of blue under there. I can keep going on this section. That section does have the blue. That's good to know. Oh, I can see through it over here. It goes through. I'm trying to blow through my mask. What a dumbass. There it goes. There, I got it there. There you go. Now you can see it. Possible to get it. The orange and the yellow are definitely brighter. I'm not sure how many layers it has either. Well, now I'm going to look at the shaping of my cut. Dry it off a little bit. I'm pretty sure I got everything with the 600. That was important at least. Slice it right along that with a blade. Yeah, this bottom area is not very good, but that really doesn't matter either because I'm going to end up cutting a lot of that off to get the finished stone. I do have my divot I created right there that I'm still not happy about. But the color does flow across from one to the other, so I'm really hesitant about cutting it off. Got that purple on it. Well, I'm going to go back to my 600 and I'm going to work this section a little bit more. Because I do believe I'm catching purple right on that line. Do you see that line of purple right there? Just a little hint of it. That gives me a pretty good idea that this section up here is running the same as that section right there. So I can go through that green Get that purple starting to show through, and then polish it with the Nova Point 12. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go to my broad 600, and then I'm going to go to my tiny 600 and tool it out. Oops, I forgot. I'm going to move my water back so you guys can be on camera shot. Such a fantastic green still, though, man. I'll tell you what. All angled now, too. Come on, green. Start poking out a beautiful blue. Beautiful blue and purple, because they happen to be like worth way more than green. I love the green, but those purple stones are worth a lot more. Thank you for being here, 10 people. And if you 10 people don't know, there is still two of my private stock listings for sale in my Etsy store. Link is in the description down below, I think. So if you want one of the last two to the left, I'd go get it now. They're the best deal I've got. I don't see where I give that deal that good again. If I can help it, damn it. There's a bunch of stones. I was like, oh man, do I really? Oh yeah, I have to, damn it. It's like 2 layers of green and blue right there, and then I can even see one deeper below them, like maybe if it was only a couple of mils here, the hole right there, I can totally see that when I go to grind this, it's very possible that this piece is going to fall away from the rest of it. Totally possible. Now that is blue. That little dot looks green to you guys, but it looks really blue to me. I don't want to lean up against this purple either. That purple's not on all the time. It's on when you're looking at it just right. Grabs your attention when the stone moves. Carving fire agate will make you go crazy while you're carving the stone. It's an in-process craziness. You will either become a master or you will go insane. See, the benefit of buying the fire agate rough that's not windowed too, the stuff that's sold at per the pound, is a lot of it didn't break on the color bars or it's unbroken. So it's very possible you'd pull a stone like this out of it. Hey Chuck, how you doing, brother? almost through all that bronze on the edges. I can see the purple starting to peak. Gonna need my little one in this section here in a few. Still a little bit scared of that section just because of that iron line. That iron line has gone through the colors sometimes, and so it scares me that I'm going to lose it to the iron line, lose the color to that iron line. I really don't believe that's what's going to happen on this piece. Or on this section of this piece, I should say. I got to shake my elbow out. Thank you for saying so, Pat Perry. I appreciate that. This is the first time I've seen your name. Is this your first time watching this video? Or any of my videos, I should say? Or any of the videos of me carving fire agate? Hell, answer any of those questions you like. God, that's so amazing, though, isn't it? Like, it's like, boy, that's sexy there, I tell you what. That's why I keep reaching on this green, because this green's phenomenal, but, oh, you can see that blue starting to show through there. Blue is right on top of that green in this section. Might be time to just move to the smaller little bit, move my water out of the way for a second. Thank you to everybody that sticks around, even though the YouTube keeps buffering the YouTube. Now I'm calling stuff the way my great aunt, great uncle calls stuff. Yeah, I'm not quite. That yellow back here is really there. Other colors, though, in the shape. Although it's really not bad for tool marks at all. It really does sort of have a nice shape to it. All right, I'm going to grab out my tiny one. Fine tune that color on top. Oops. Oops. Focus, camera. Focus for me. Damn, camera, focus. Boy, it does not want to focus, does it? At all. And I can't autofocus it because it's sitting on the, there we go, on the thing I would turn to autofocus it. Right, you can see some of the bronze lines are especially in between the circles, like the broader. And that did. I don't want to make any flat spots, but I do want to just pick up the bronze. So get rid of those bronze layers and the little dots of it here and there, and then the color, you can see it from all angles, super bright. Before I go live next time to try and much, I've been thinking about this problem ever since we've been having it today, and I think that's where it would be. I have it set up to have as little delay as possible, and that might be what part of the issue. To me, I think the buffering is definitely affecting the chat. Because you guys are way more chatty than this usually. Especially my die-hard regulars. Oh, burn my finger. Put my guard up a little bit more. Trying to find those little areas that have the bronze over them and get them. So the bronze is gone and it's nothing but great color without losing any of the color. The other thing though is I don't want any divots to see the difference. Like the color, it loses it even though the color is actually there when you have divots. I can draw lines. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to draw a line because I can see layer of bronze and light green going to that purple right there. I'm trying to get rid of the bronze and the light green inside this line. I can turn it like that, inside this line. I'll burn my finger again. Hello, Lori Love. You got it right, D. It's called pinfire. Same thing as you would have if it was in opals. If you have multicolored pinfire, it's pinfire. A lot of times, you'll have that multicolored pinfire, and it'll be the top of saginite. It'll be the top of saginite bloom that's doing that sometimes. I should say sometimes, not a lot of times. More accurate to say sometimes than a lot of times. Oh, I thought the name was Lori Love. I saw it differently. Lorelei. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm anxiety ridden that it's gonna go to no. Gotta look how the shaping's going. Using that little point, it gets me scared about shaping. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I got some lines in there I don't want. Damn it, man. Change my angle a little bit and make sure I use the side of it instead of the tip. Oh, not on screen. You can see it change into that teal, but you can also see around the little dark spots that I have. I have some of the bronze showing out. Oh, I'm off camera again. I move my water out of the way, and then I forget I move my water out of the way, and then I don't carve on camera. Little mistakes I keep having. I wonder if I can just take it back to my broad tip and get it where I want without messing it up. Yep, I'm going to put my broad tip back on there, or, I'm going to look for one of my other 600s and see what I got. Oh, well, that's a problem. I wasn't using it doing 600. I was using a 325. Somehow I got some of my burrs confused and in the wrong boxes, not paying enough attention. I'll come back to fine tuning if I have to. Let's just be real. The more I expose this blue and this purple, the value of this stone goes up exponentially. I mean, a stone that big, blue and purple, is worth a ton more than a stone green. They sell for way more. I love green, especially when it's that on. The value is definitely in the purple. But I'm probably only going to go for about 20 more minutes. And then I'm going to shut off this live stream. Because of all the lag you guys have been having, number one. And number two, because I want to keep this stuff under 3 hours. So if I want to edit any of it in the future, I can. Yeah, I know I can't get the whole stone, but it's possible to get to about here. It's possible to get this from my thumb to my finger, blue and purple. It is totally possible. Not sure if I'm going to be able to, and every time I get greedy with the stone, I lose color. You guys have seen that a few times now. And in this area, I just went from that really bright green through the bronze into another green, not to a blue or a purple. So that makes me a little bit worried. I just put all that work to go through it, and I got back to another green. Yeah, and that spot in between those two bubbles, I definitely need to work with the small one again. Well, that blue and purple is not even fully exposed yet. Been telling me there's been buffering issues. I'm about to stop this live stream here in about 10 minutes and do a little bit of chatting with you guys after I clean myself up. The reality is, as long as the shape is okay, I could take this stone to polish right now and it'd be amazing stone. That is an absolute fact. Make a huge ring right now. Very rainbowed out. Thank you, James. Yeah, I would have to agree there. Landon, it's definitely a neon sign. I still see little bits of yellow bronze in the way right there. I really sort of want to go for those. Well, I'm going to do what Margaret said, though. Yeah, Margaret's right. Everybody's having problems with YouTube because the thing's all messed up. I'll do an early video tomorrow instead of a late video. Although most of you people probably have to be at work. Who doesn't have to work because of coronavirus? Get some of this water onto a wet rag. Resort Dog, what up, brother? Did you see the stone, man? Let me go back just since you're here. Finish getting it ready for pre-polish tomorrow. Shane's got no work tomorrow. Well, I hope you're as disappointed about not working as I am. I don't know if only having a job for 3 days is going to make me eligible for that $2,000 or that $1,000 every 2 weeks. I could use it. I can definitely use that right now. Although the people that bought Fire Agate from me today really helped me play catch up on bills. Thank you. And really, I should sell like another 6 of those boxes because I should buy. I was going to buy a new battery for my electric skateboard, but a battery is going to cost me $175. And I started doing some research on gas-powered bicycle because my buddy at work has one of those and realized
I could build a pretty nice 4-stroke battery-powered bicycle for about $500. keep it under the CCs to where you don't need to have it tagged or licensed or anything like that, because I think Florida is one of those states that anything over 50 CCs, you have to have it tagged and licensed and all that. So if it's 49 CCs, it'd get me around town in plenty fast enough. Okay. Alrighty, wipe this mic down. Sorry about the scratchy sounds you guys are probably hearing while I'm wiping this mic down, yet putting my face right next to the mic and having a bunch of rock dust on it, it would be stupid. Bad idea, obviously, but stupid even more so. Oh, dang it, I was wearing my good glasses for this today. And the good thing is, though, is I wasn't doing any heavy cutting. The heavy cutting with the rougher burrs definitely spit stuff all over. Planning on no more Taurus, right? Actually, I regretted selling that Ford Taurus, to tell you the truth. The little lady I sold it to was very thankful for it. That thing was extremely reliable for me. It was a workhorse. It was a workhorse. I did more miles and put so much weight on that Taurus and slept in it, and it was just amazing how much I was able to put work out of that Taurus. Yet at the same time, twice along my adventures, sleeping in the back of that Taurus with everything on top of it, I had police officers harass me and threaten to kick the windows in and drag me out of the car for no reason, not even sleeping on public roads. I was one time I was in a McDonald's parking lot, and another time I was in a Napa Auto Parts store's parking lot. But cops don't care. Like they don't care. And having all that gear on top of the Taurus pretty much said, like, poor dude, not able to fight your illegal searches. So I had to get rid of that Taurus, at least for traveling around. The last stretch I did traveling around was in a hybrid SUV truck that wouldn't get me up to the fire agate mine because the all-wheel drive was not four-wheel drive. Oh, no, that sucks, Landon. 5 gallons of water all over the floor. Resort Dog, I didn't even know you had a Dakota, buddy. Every time I see you, you're in a damn Subaru. Man loves his Subarus. Didn't even know you had a Dakota. And now I just realized that I'm missing one of my rubber bands on the side of my microphone. It sort of helps it stay tight on with the popper, popper P thing. Yeah, like I changed the oil in that Taurus when I needed to, and it was an amazing vehicle. I mean, it did so much for me. I paid $1,500 for it, and man, it did a lot for me. Maybe I paid $2,000 for it. I paid either $1,500 or $2,000. Might have been $1,800. I think it was $1,800 now that I think about it. And I put all those miles on it, and I traveled around and made those videos in it, and then I sold it to a lady for $1,200, and she was ecstatic about it. But first, I pulled off the roof contraption I built for it and drilled through the ceiling, and I JB welded the holes shut with some metal putty, the same type of metal putty that I used to make stuff like this metal spring thing that was on here before. My microphone used to slip and fall, and I have a camera on the exact same thing, and man, it's these things are like $20 at Walmart. You can find them on eBay for like $6, and they have been exceptional to me. Yeah, I see something I don't like already in this stone. That little bubble that showed up with blue before any of the others. while grinding it to get this other new green there, it looks like it has a little angular loss of color, like I flattened the roundness off of that bubble. And if I keep going in that area, it's just going to ruin that one bubble, and I'm going to end up either with a different color or a dead spot. Tell you what, man, not being happy with a great color because I know there's a better color underneath. I've ruined a few stones like that. I'm not going to ruin this stone. I promise you, I'm not going to. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of stop and start driving in that Taurus. It was, you know what I did do a lot in that Taurus, though? I did a lot of idling. I would idle it for throughout the day. I would carry that speaker with me into mines, and then I would charge my phone off of that speaker. And then at night, if I didn't have power where I was at, I would run my car for a few hours and charge up that speaker off the inverter in my car to do the same thing with the camera on my phone again. Now, I don't need to do that so much when I end up back in the field, because I have good 4K cameras, and this one's a 1080p, but I have a single good 4K camera over here that I plan on using next time I'm out in the field. After I get done with whatever I have going on here, and I get back out to it, and there's still nobody doing as good as what I have planned for you guys. So I just have to get over this hump in life I have right now. But I totally understand that. I'm going to switch you guys back over real quick so you can see this stone with the, even with the colors. The purple and blue are not showing up near as good as the green. But boy, I tell you what, that green, man. Love that damn green. Could have two really nice ring stones or one really giant pendant stone, or actually 3 ring stones, because that backside could be a separate stone too. And what I only have a couple more minutes. I'm going to have to jump off here, guys. But Landon, what would I apply there for? Not that it's not a good idea, but when I went and I checked out that link that you dropped in there, buddy, and it seems like all of that would be over my head. Like, it seems I'm not an engineer. I have no training as an engineer. Hell, I don't even have a high school diploma. I have a damn GED. Not that I couldn't figure stuff out, but what would I even apply for? You know, like what job? I don't even know. Like, I have no idea. Started as a deckhand. You have any engineering experience? And as a deckhand, like, what's the? Yeah, you'd have to give me more information on what that type of job entails, because I have issues. I have some medical issues. Number one. Number two, my background. Are they going to hire somebody that has a background with felonies on it? I mean, I don't know. When I started looking at it, I look at it, I'm like, it looks like something that's out of my league. It looks like something I would never get hired for. I mean, I have got hired a few times, and because of my background check, after they told me they had hired me, I got fired really quickly. So I'm not really convinced. To quit burning. It's been way easier than I ever thought it would, to tell you the truth. Although I tell you what, there are a lot of days I miss it, but I don't got the money for it right now. Say real quick, or have me answer a question real fast. I'm about to turn this off. Keep it so I have it under 3 hours, and I can edit it later if I want to. This stone, man, there's always something I'm happy with that happened on it. This stone has 2 of those marks right now, but I think one of them I won't even notice when I take it to polish. Shane Career Hobby, if you're going to the union route, find a labor union. I used to belong to local 1080 and 220. As long as dues are paid, you'll be king, and felons are okay to work. No, you're right. It never hurts to try. I have a friend that lives down in that area. No, I don't know how to tie a bowline, but I can learn. I'm sure there's a YouTube video teaching me how to tie knots. I can guarantee that. Let me ask you a question. Is inside of the encoder and see if that has anything to do with it before I do any live streaming tomorrow. But I'm going to live stream again probably. I'm not happy yet. I'm just not happy yet. And as you guys have seen, there's 6 hours into this stone right now, and I'm still not happy yet. But this stone that's going to be worth it when it's done. It may be 6 hours into it, but it's going to be a phenomenal stone. A rainbow dragon. I love y'all for watching. Tomorrow, or you'll see me tomorrow. Either one. You know the gig. Peace. Love y'all.